Just had an absolute thriller there. Tom Cousins coming through 7-6 against Aaron Davis. Poor old Aaron, feel a bit sorry for him. You were on that game, Nick, of course.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? More mistakes from Tom, but he comes through the game. And your heart goes out a bit to Aaron. Just didn't really get a chance. I mean, got kicked in off and then screwed in off. But here we go with a battle of the Irishman. North v South, is it?
Absolutely.
David Hogan against Dylan Leary. This shapes up to be a really good game. Both players are playing extremely well this weekend. Both will fancy this. Dave has already taken some big scalps and
name them.
Cole Bedford,
correct.
7-6. Sean Chipperfield,
7-6.
And Ronan McCarthy,
7-5.
And David McNamara,
7-5.
Yeah.
There you go. How many times was he on yellows throughout all those 4 matches?
Sorry?
How many times was David on yellows? Right then. Thought I got you there. Yeah, he's had a tremendous run so far, Hogan. Dylan Leary, last night when I watched him on the outer tables, taking out John McAllister 7-1 in absolutely ridiculous form and finishing from lethal. Well, it's a little bit sticky for Dylan Leary. Yellow will go down into the bottom right hand corner. It's getting on his last ball that's going to be the main problem for the man from Northern Ireland. This looks pretty good. What a beautiful shot there from Dylan Leary. Just having a little look at his angle. He wants to pot this yellow, bump the red out of the way. We'll have another look at this shot. Fantastic positional shot. That's a man playing it to his absolute maximum, playing that sort of shot. Will look very difficult indeed. She's turned out to look simple. And that is a great start from Dylan Leary. Takes the opener in fine style. It's David Hogan now to break off in frame 2. I was saying this earlier with all the close matches that Hogan's had. He's no stranger to getting stuck into a big battle.
Yeah, the one thing he has done this weekend is broken really well against everyone. Ronan was saying he was breaking like God against him. Massive breaks and leaving fairly simple tables, and there's another big break. And the Reds, well, I mean, you could make a case for either, but it's going to go yellows. Probably just the 2 Reds that are on top of each other at the bottom of the table. Those 2 that he just nudged into there, that may have been the deciding factor, because he may have been forced into planting those. But I don't know, Tony. I mean, he's found himself in trouble after that shot. It felt like, because he could have landed short position on those 2 Reds at this end of the table, it felt like all the Reds were there. Didn't need to develop anything. Whereas with the yellows, he's had to play that developing shot off the bat. Good recovery though.
Yeah, nicely cued there by Hogan.
Left a good angle. You can play through the gap. Screw back on to the red probably. Oh, that's not what he planned. and if he can't get through to that yellow, which I don't think he can, he's going to be hampered on the one at this end of the table. The good thing is he only doesn't really need to do much with the cue ball. He can just focus on the pot. You can actually cue between the two balls as well, which helps. Likes to punch the ball in.
Well, he just wants to dribble the cue ball up the table now off this one in the middle. Two yellows, one into the top right, one into the right centre, I would imagine. Black available bottom left hand corner. That's the route he'll be planning. He's standing where he wants to be with the cue ball for his last yellow into that centre.
Finished pretty much dead straight, just slightly off angle the way you'd want to be, but shouldn't be. Probably could just top through into the gap. And give
Goes a bit further, to be fair.
Yeah. Gives himself a half ball 8.
He's not been on a TV table just yet, David Hogan, so he's probably a little bit worried about the pace of it, maybe, and that little bit delicate, probably. Impressive stuff, though. Good start by both. One each. Another great break.
Lovely. Could have been left with an easier opener. I think he's got a yellow long. Don't think he's got an opener on reds.
Yeah, certainly not a tap-in. I mean, there's a yellow down at the bottom of the table that Dylan can get to if he chooses yellows, which he looks like he's going to. Ooh, I'll tell you what, I was just waiting for that to drop in and it stayed out. I think half the ball was in that bag.
Heart would have been in his mouth for a second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looked for the world that it was going to drop. Stays up and actually kind of works in his favour now because he's perfectly on one of his tougher balls. We're just waiting for that scoreboard to update. There's currently 1 frame each.
Dylan coming down the table. Want to come a little bit further.
Yeah, bigger angle than he wanted.
Didn't want quite such an acute angle here with this and with this cut. I mean, yeah, you'd expect him to get it, but another couple of rolls he'd have probably preferred. The form he's in, you're not going to expect him to miss this. This one's a rub.
Yes, and gets one. That could have gone all wrong. If that slides by that yellow, he probably has no shot.
Didn't play for it. That's why you saw Dylan Leary there put his hand up towards David Hogan to sort of acknowledge, yeah, I didn't play that shot. Apologies, even though you're thinking, thank God for that.
Yeah, all these fake apologies. He's definitely not sorry.
Well, that's an interesting shot to play to move that black. I mean, he came round to line it up to see if it went into the right hand middle, which I presume it obviously didn't go.
Yeah.
But when I looked at the start of the finish, I thought, well, he'll have to get down there because that's the only place it'll go. But it's well, he certainly developed the black into a better position, but he's made his next pot a lot harder, and it also not just that to gain position onto the last yellow. It's going to need some good control here. Wrong angle, wrong side of it.
He is. He's going to have to get this cue ball moving now.
And there you see where he wants to be. He can punch this into the middle, cue ball off the top rail, back down at an angle and try and get sort of near the centre pocket, obviously without going in there. Give himself a black into the bottom right. But my word, he's made this pretty tough. And you see, just pointing there at the cushion where he wants to be. Just if he can bounce it off there and he gets the cue ball just off the rail. I mean, again, we saw a wonderful positional shot he played on his second to last ball in the first frame. Well, he's gone for the double. Oh, not sure he wanted that. Well, he played for the little kick off the red, but he's certainly on the black. And down it goes, and Dylan Leary pulls out a little bit of spectacular there. A little rub of the green as well.
Oh,
I thought we were going dry then for the first time, but
it looked dry all over, and that look at this red. It just gets a glance in the middle of the table and sends it straight into the pocket. Look at it, it's flying. Oh no, it didn't get a glance. I thought it got a glance on the way through.
It was pretty much the only one travelling at the end of the table.
It was, yeah.
That'll be much to the relief of David Hogan.
That's the wrong angle. He was trying to get another 3 or 4 inches across the table there, maybe even further. Wanted to be playing this.
Yeah, this is sticky now to get on his next ball.
Yeah.
Only saving grace is those 3 yellows clustered together on the side of that right hand rail. So that does, if he did fall over this finish, and there's a lot of work for Dylan Leary to do.
Drills it.
Yeah, nicely played.
I'm sure he's gone far enough.
Yeah, he wanted to get up for the reddish just above the black ball.
Yeah. If he's on that, then he's okay. Yeah, he's just okay. Just far enough. If he's not on this ball, then he didn't really have much in the way of options. I guess he's got the one on the bog line. Favourable glance.
Nice.
Convinced he wasn't going for a slightly fuller ball contact there, but
it's worked out well.
Yeah.
And now everything is pretty nailed on. We're looking like 4 finishes from the break, 2 apiece. Both players yet to make a mistake. Would like to just come another couple of inches there to make it very easy. Now it's just got a bit more angle than he wanted, but she'll just drop down off the bottom rail, bit right hand side into the left hand rail and round for the black. Play to perfection. This for 2-2.
when this game started, this is pretty much what I was expecting. Just both players playing so well this weekend. What a start. Sean against Cormac. Very difficult to pick a winner from those two.
What about the whacker?
Yeah, well, that's another interesting game, isn't it? Because
Rob Warren versus Neil Raybone is the final quarter-final.
You know, I mean, Neil Raybone, what a absolute class player, but he's just not been at the Raybone level. And I say the Raybone level because he was the #1 player in the country for some time, a few years ago. And since he's come across to Ultimate Pool, he's just not been able to recreate that same consistency. Wacker, on the other hand, he has struggled a little bit with his consistency, but suddenly he seems to have found an extra gear because he's made a final already this season. Very interesting game there. I mean, I'm going to struggle to pick a winner from either of those games, but I'm going to go Cormac just shade Sean. I don't know why.
Well, I'll give you a case for Cormac. I played him on Wednesday night when I got here, and we went down to Q Sports Lounge, which is down the road. Lee Clough and Natalie, Dave Chalmers, their place, and he broke and dished me 6 times on the spin, and this is like on a tighter table, and it was they were good finishes. And I thought, wow. I said, you've turned up this week. And he said, I thought he was playing well. Well, he was playing well. Obviously, I haven't seen Sean play yet, but he's obviously in fine fettle because he wouldn't be in the quarterfinals to start with.
Yeah, similar for me. I've not seen Sean play this weekend, so very difficult one to call. The second one, I think that's even harder to call. But I will say, I don't know, Raybone. I think Raybone. I think it's time for Neil Raybone to get himself in a final. He's been away from the winner's circle for too long. Interesting games. I mean, if you look across the 4 games, Tom would have been, and I'm talking about, the way a bookmaker would price it, not, on paper rather than on the table. Tom would have been a clear favourite against Aaron, but the rest of them very close. Or the other 3 matches, nothing between the players.
Yeah, Tom's had to come from 6-4 down to win.
Yeah, 4-1 down, 6-4 down. Absolutely. If you are ever in the area, do please come and join us in Blackpool, because it's a fabulous weekend. It really is a great weekend of pool. The main arena and this main pro room is just great to be around and watch the action. The table out in the foyer is constant action. The TikTok table, I saw Craig Waddingham out there earlier playing the 6-red shootout against some guys, and we've got the table out there with Hogan breaks in frame 6. Another huge break. Loses the cue ball just slightly to the side rail, which shows he didn't absolutely flush the pack, but what another result.
Well, every frame has gone with a break and dish thus far.
Incredible standard.
There's nothing to suggest that run won't continue with the layout of these reds for David Hogan.
Yeah. 2 balls are a dead set plan. So,
yeah. He's got 3 down the bottom of the table, so he can take his pick the way he goes around them, and they're all adjacent to the black ball as well.
Who will blink first? They're just trading blows like a couple of heavyweight boxers. Looks perfect.
I'd rather just take one of those reds at the 2 at the bottom there first.
Yeah.
Just because of the cueing in your hand.
I think he's played to land on the one nearest the cushion. I think he's going to take the one next to it. I think he's on either.
Yeah, well, it's a natural angle. The one on the that's nearest the cushion there. So, ooh. Well, he's going to leave the one in the middle of the table till last now.
Yeah.
I thought he just pulled back and then, it's a natural angle with the one that's on the rail to get onto the red at the bottom. Okay, he's going to.
Well, if he did play to get on this, he's left a bigger angle there.
Yeah, he's got screwed to the side rail.
Yeah.
Just about held on enough, because if you go on any further, you start leaving it very thin.
Yeah.
you start having to play with side then and kiss into that yellow to hold for the red at the bottom. But he's just done enough now. He can play it with a slight touch of left hand side just to keep the cue ball above the yellow. Now then, it's a little bit straight. If he has a tiny angle, he could punch it out from having the black in the same pocket. He might just elect just to drop this in and play the 8 ball into the right hand centre.
Yeah, I think he probably has to take his medicine here, because if he wanted to come backwards, the yellow's in the way of that now. So
I think he's punching into the bottom rail. He's going to be on there. Bit of hamper queuing here.
You fancy him to get it, but more difficult than it should have been.
In it goes. Slightly more awkward than David Hogan would have liked, but dispatched into the corner pocket just the same. And we are now 3-3.
Well,
another good break.
Yeah, a little bit
tricky though this time.
there though. I mean, the yellow that he didn't connect them properly. So if you look at the yellow that he connects with, that would normally go towards the middle pocket. He caught it really thin and it pushed it up towards the top corner pocket. A little bit fortunate there that ball went in, because, as I say, normally you would expect to see that track towards the left centre. That shows that he hit them all wrong. I think he hit it really high. But similar result.
Now, can he get to that red directly that's next to the yellow on the left hand side? That's the only problem you can see.
Looking at the overhead, looking at the main camera angle that we see now, it doesn't look at it. But when you see the overhead, I think, I don't know, it's tight, isn't it? I think he can just get to the potting angle of that one. If not, he has a ball that he can use to extract. I think we'll find out now, because if he can get to the potting angle, I think he plays it. I think he plays it next after this one. And the fact he's looking down the right-hand side of the table suggests maybe not. It's going to keep us guessing. Just took his medicine there.
Well, he's going to take this red into the bottom right. He then leaves a little angle on the red you were saying.
Yeah.
I mean, he can come just, he wants to get, that's where he wants to be, because he wants to come off to the side rail and just bump it out, and he lands on the red at the bottom of the table as well. If he bumps it out enough, he leaves it, so it's going to be, the red will be going to the middle, and it'll get in position on the black. So that's Dylan's train of thought at the moment.
He's a vicious feather of the ball, isn't he? Even when he's playing a gentle shot, he's proper. Put some venom in that feathering. But right at the last moment, it all calms down. Yeah, so looking to go cushion first and just bump it out. Gentle shot.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
So now he just drops this one in down the bottom. He wants to leave himself nearly straight, just before straight, if you like. And then he can roll that into middle black, into that top right-hand corner. He's played this very well as Dylan. He'll take that. Thank you very much. That's fine.
Got to say, this is, I think, the best standard of pool I've seen this weekend from these two players.
Well, no one's missed.
Nope.
No dry breaks. No one's missed a ball.
No mistakes. Neither player's really been out of position.
No, they've gone about their work very well indeed, I have to say. Dylan continues to run.
Flawless from both players so far.
Another very good break.
Oh, wow, that could...
Well, that dictates your colour for a start.
Yeah.
You're not taking yellows now.
No, actually, I don't think it matters. I was going to say it could make a difference, but actually the reds look lovely. So I was looking for a bad red. There isn't one. I think this is going to 4 all, Tony. Don't see the way they've been playing.
Yeah,
don't see him missing.
I mean, he's just getting on the red at the bottom of the table, but you've got plenty. You've got 3 there to choose from.
Yeah. Drop down on it now.
Pretty good. Slight bit of ankle now, just to pull the cue ball into the middle of the table. 2 drop-ins in both centres. Blacks begging to be potted, hanging over the bag. Parity.
Is that the name of your bird at home?
Yeah, it is actually, yeah.
Parity the Barrett.
That's the one. You doing around my house? 8 straight finishes from the break from these two. Unless some sort of catastrophe befalls David Hogan, which we pretty much anticipate it's not going to happen. Stunday stand as red spits out the middle. Well, it's tremendous play by both of these players. Hogan delivers once again. And 4-4, on we go.
Where will this end?
I reckon it'll end at 7 for one of these players. And once again, oh, this looks a good split. Just have another look. Checking his reds.
Yeah, just making sure they've all got a pocket. I think they do. I think the last red he just looked at goes to top right. If it does.
Leary there, it's saving his extension as he knew he was going to roll that ball in.
I don't know if he actually played for the one to top right, but actually he's landed perfect on this one to bottom left, so I'm going to take that. Actually, I'm not even sure the one goes to top right. I think he had a look at it and decided it didn't, but it goes to middle.
Exquisitely done down the rail for Dylan. 2 balls at the bottom are going to be the next 2 to disappear.
Yeah, the key shot's going to be from this end of the table to the far end. He's left a lovely angle, so he can just pick his line. He'll probably come wide. He'll probably come the right hand side of the table. There's way more options than coming up the left hand side of the table. Just like so, and he'd like that to travel a little bit further, so he's got the options, and he does. That's plumb.
I've only ever done it once, which is a perfect match. I've broken dished every frame that I've played in a match, and that was early 2000s in County Cavan in the Irish Championships. Funny enough, my opponent did it as well. We were 5-all. Robert Brady, who he'll be here this week for the World Championships. Still playing for Ireland after 104 years. No, he's incredible player, Robert. He's still going. I mean, wow. But yeah, it's
my memory's so bad. I'm trying to think of the 2 players in question. It will come back to me shortly, but there's only once I've ever seen I commentated on a game in JJ Falls Club in near Manchester, Savannah, and that was one of the elite pro comps that they had many years ago. Well, I say many years ago, probably about 8 or 9 years ago.
So 22 minutes just about on the clock.
9 frames of perfect pull. David Hogan to break. And
hello.
finally,
Oh, the last ball moving once again for Hogan.
Holy moly.
Dylan Leary must have been halfway thinking he's just getting out of his chair there.
He was lifting off, I'm sure he was. I was just about to say finally a chink in the armour, but the last ball moving, as you say, finds gravity, and he's away again. Goodness me. That's a couple of frames running now. Look, I mean, this looks dry.
It's had 2 bumps on the way as well. It got knocked off path and then knocked back on again.
Red to the option, red to the choice, should I say.
Simply just for that yellow that's stuck on the right side, red to go anywhere.
Yeah. A little bit of work to do. Just in terms of, I mean, there's nothing to develop, but a bit of work in terms of controlling that cue ball. There's the red on the far left side cushion, that just needs a bit of attention because there's not obvious balls to link with it. And he's underhit that. I think he was going to use this ball to get across to take that red down the left hand side, but he's underhit that shot. You've got to say, of the 2 players, Dylan's cue ball has been exceptionally good. Dave has just run out of position once or twice, but he's recovered really well. I think has he got a gap between the yellow and the 8 to stun across? It's going to be close to his work.
I don't think he'll be playing that.
No. But he needs to find a way to get on it. And he could leave it as his last ball. It's natural position to get on the 8.
That's what I'd be thinking, because just for the simple reason it's easier to get on the black from that. Well, now we know where he's going. Right up into the top right. He wants to come back and play the next one into the middle, but I'll tell you what, he's got to get absolutely plumb on this red here.
Dead straight. Dead
or
straight.
If he comes a bit back too far, he can come off the top rail and get down onto that red.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing for short.
Nothing short. He does not want to be short.
No. As you say, he could overhit this and get away with it. Oh,
there we are. The very first mistake in this match. At frame 10, and it's David Hogan that makes it. An incredible run of 9 breaking dishes in a row from these 2. We thought we were heading for a 10 out of 10. And Hogan, as you said it earlier, Nick, is the first one to blink.
And with ball in hand, Dylan.
And the way he's queuing, where the yellows are, you cannot see a mistake coming from Leary. And these are the fine lines. He runs these out, goes 6-4, it's his break, and if he repeats what he's been doing, that's the match.
Yeah. And I think that yellow passes the 8.
It does pass the 8.
So
in fact, you can have a couple of them pass the 8 of that size of ball. It flies in, Nick. It'll be going now as well.
Yeah.
In an ideal world, he'd like a little bit of angle in and go up and get rid of that one at the top next. But he can pick and choose. I mean, he can take it last if he so wishes. He's not anywhere he's going to snooker himself or not have an available pot here. I mean, these are a dream.
Yeah, even more so the fact that David's taken all the traffic off the table. So
this is very true.
Yeah, he's got the wrong angle to play the one below the bulk line because he'd have to come on and off the cushion.
I think he wants to play this at the top anyway. I think he's going to pot it, screw into the side rail and come back out. I think he just gets rid of this and has the 3 balls at the bottom. He's not going to miss the pot. He's just make sure he get the white off that side rail.
Again, super cue ball.
Yeah, played a bit of side and came into the red. He knew what he was doing. He's such an experienced professional. He's been playing some phenomenal stuff.
Outsider with the bookmakers, Tony. The rank outsider.
Well,
He's not playing like an outsider.
he's not missed the ball in this match, and I don't think he missed one against John McAllister either.
No, he didn't. He didn't. I saw a post from John McAllister yesterday saying that he didn't make a mistake.
There's nothing you do. I mean, you know, there's certain matches, you know, and just sometimes there's just absolutely nothing you can do. And you know, John McAllister, when have you seen him put in a bad performance? You don't.
I mean, for me, Dylan is absolutely the form player in this comp at the moment. He's playing better than anybody. Oh,
As he misses the black.
Nick,
what have you done, Nick?
oh,
You've just done that to Dylan. You've done it on purpose as well.
But look at he's looking up at the skies. I mean, how?
He didn't have a bad contact, did he? Let's have another look at this. No, he didn't seem to be. I don't think it was.
He was worried about being off, so he's just played it with a bit of side, and I think the side's taken.
Well, this is where the dramas happen then. Frame 10.
Well, that's no good. I don't think.
Well, you can't play the snooker. You have to either pot this. And I'll tell you what, because he's got the wrong angle. For me, he pot the red in the middle when you play that last red off 3 cushions back into the other middle.
The old cocked hat.
Yep. That's my shot. I've got the patent.
Just to watch the clock. He's used his extension.
Well, I don't.
He's going for a cross double. Is he?
He's not going to play a safety, is he?
No.
I don't know what he's looking at. I mean, if you're going to play the cocked hat, you don't want the cue ball there.
No. I think
maybe he's going cross double. He's got it.
He has.
Oh, what a shot!
What a shot!
Great shot from Hogan. Wow. I wonder what he's doing now, you know. But wow, some drama in frame 10.
Wasn't there ever, Dylan?
Leary.
What an opportunity! I mean,
he'd be gutted.
Just faultless. Dylan would have been better off if David just broken cleared it, because then Dylan's just like, right, I'm gonna be, you know, I've just got to keep doing what I'm doing. Now, conversely, there's a bit of a question in his mind because he's missed a fairly simple black. There's a bit of negativity in there.
Dylan's break's been phenomenal in this match, Nick. I mean, this is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, they're coming out. The patterns are nice. Everything is just nothing on a rail. Nothing stuck together.
Nice opening yellow.
Nice opening yellow.
Nice opening red as well.
Oh,
wow.
What has happened?
And this comes back to what I was saying a minute ago, Tony. If David had broken cleared the last frame, Dylan just comes and carries on doing what he was doing. The fact he's missed that 8 ball has installed that negativity into his mind, thinking, how have I done that? I should be 6-4. I should be breaking for the match. And suddenly he's missed a ball in the middle that was unthinkable earlier on. I mean, my question would be, why has he not played yellows there? Because the yellow was an easier opener, and they're all there. Is it the yellow that's guarded by the 3 reds in the middle of the table, perhaps?
I don't know. He would have got to the table and he had it in his mind what colour he wanted, and it's just, well,
what's
incredible.
What's Hogan got here? Is he on one of these?
Think up middle. He's missed it. He did hit the red first, but he literally wafered that ball.
I was looking at that thinking
Nick,
nothing goes.
He's just knocked all the reds out of the way of the yellows as well.
But I was looking at that thinking, what goes here?
He's cutting the red into the centre. Look, he just wafered it. Well, we just had a completely crazy couple of minutes.
It's unbelievable. 9 frames of absolute
break and dish everywhere.
Just blissful pool, followed by a bit of a comedy of errors. Dylan just needs to settle now and say, right, enough nonsense. Get back to what you were doing.
Well, Dylan is being a villain to himself at the moment.
Why the nudge?
I He's got bridge over this red, and he'll just try and float this one down. I mean, he could go up in. Does he go into the middle? I don't like going through the gap of those reds. I don't think he can.
I'm not sure what's going on because I don't know. Maybe I'm not at the table, so it's difficult. But it's suddenly.
It's
What I mean, I don't think he needed to run into a ball there.
Well, if there's any doubt in Dylan's mind now, this is a nasty little shot. If you're feeling it a bit, it's roll it into the middle. He wants to leave himself the next yellow into the top right hand corner, the one that's in the centre of the table. But he certainly needs to knock this in to try and erase the memory of previous couple of mistakes. Played that one nicely. That will make him feel a bit better. And now it'll be Hogan that will be cross with himself. So it's to and fro in this match. But it's still going with the same pace of like 1-0 Leary, 1-1, 2-1 Leary, 2-2. It's not changed. Hogan's never been in front yet. Right. Dylan Leary needs to just knock this yellow in and get the cue ball round the table. Or two reds that could become a problem if he doesn't hit this correctly. And it depends. He could top this through bottom rail, side rail, and come through the gap, which is the way he'll probably want to go. Or if he's feeling a little bit, he'll grip the cue tight and screw into the side rail, which is what he's done, and he's played that really well. Right. He's back again now, I think. This for 6-5 after a bizarre few minutes. In it goes, and Lethal Leary, one away from the semi-final. Hogan desperately wants the ball now.
Yeah, massive moment for him. His break's been working beautifully well throughout the match.
This one could be dry. No, it's
surely not. I mean, he's just one of the last balls moving every time.
That yellow I thought was going to hang there. It's wriggled its way in.
Must be frustrating for Dylan sitting there thinking, oh, I've got a chance. No, I haven't. Reds look lovely.
Well, Hogan needing this rack to send us once again. That'll be both quarterfinals being played. It'll be going to the last frame. Cousins, of course, just earlier, if you didn't see, came back from 6-4 down to beat Aaron Davis 7-6. Could we be seeing it once again? A one frame decider. Of course, we've got two other quarterfinals to come up very shortly. Straight after this, in fact. Cormac Kerr versus Sean Story will be next. And to end the quarterfinals, we will have Rob Warne, the whacker, and he'll be taking on Neil Raybone. But anyway, Hogan seems to might have just run a tad too far.
Needs a recovery here. He's rushed. He's going to have to play a double.
That was very close.
Oh, makes it. And it's landed.
Ouch. If you're Dylan Leary there and see that go in.
Yeah.
It's like being stung by a wasp. Naturally runs into the 8-ball here as well. Well, we've got plenty of time for this final frame that we think we're going to get.
Cue ball. Two extremely close.
I thought for a second there when he hit that, I was sailing. But yeah.
2 close quarterfinals so far, both having gone to 6 each. Here we are again.
Well, head, hill. Great finish there from David Hogan. Picked himself up off the floor.
Lethal Leary. Deciding frame. And that is going to be dry.
The first one, and look at the split. Oh my word. That is an absolute dream for David Hogan. Leary's had a ball off every break in this match.
Yeah, that second ball down, you're always relying on that one, and if that one doesn't go, then you can be in trouble. And it was tracking towards, but it just caught the top knuckle, meaning that...
Well, is there going to be another twist in the tail? That's not ideal.
That's very loose.
I wonder if that's a bit of adrenaline there, bit of excitement. He's going upstairs. He's going for the cut in the middle.
There's some nerves for sure. He's plumb now.
Well, the black's okay. You don't have to get on the black up into the centre, because it does go through the gap of those yellows into the top left, and it also goes top right. So it's about getting rid of the reds.
Wow.
I think I'd be tempted to play for the one on the rail now.
Yeah, it's all about that ball, isn't it? It's all about that one ball.
If you play for the one on the rail now, roll that down the rail, the one at the bottom of the table, last one goes into the centre, and take your pick for the black.
Ooh.
Well, he's gone a bit far, hasn't he?
He has.
I know he's playing to see, I'd have played for the one on the rail, but there you go. Well, rail ball's last now then.
Well, there's going to be no nerves on that one, is there? Hey, dear me.
Well, he doesn't want to be dead straight on it, that's for sure, because you don't want to be playing the black from a cushed up position either.
No. He's going to be.
He's played that perfectly. Look, he can get out, gets the cue ball off the rail. That is absolutely perfect. Just stuns it back just a tiny bit. Oh, he screwed back for the middle. It's a great shot.
And it makes it unmissable.
Well, what a game.
Unbelievable match. I mean, Dylan, wow.
I feel a bit sorry for him, but there you
go.
He's
got to look back at that. He's got to look back at that frame to go 6-4.
Well, that's an incredible match. And it's David Hogan who goes through to the semi-finals late this evening. He's going to be playing Tom Cousins, Top Cat.